Connie. The goal of this interview is to change the narrative from previous forums to encourage an in-depth conversation to convey who you are. We created a voluntary survey with great feedback, and we'll be reading some of them shortly. But first, can you tell me who Connie Peters is?
Well, I am a mother first, a mother of four. I'm a wife, I'm a coco, I'm a lifelong resident. I've always been in a helping profession. I'm passionate about what I do, no matter what I do, I guess. Um, and that's me in a nutshell.
Thank you. Can you share examples of your leadership experience that will benefit our community?
Well, I have several years of experience in social work, and that included a lot of advocating for community members. I've also attended like forestry meetings as well as MTE. I've been at MTL meetings advocating for social justice, in my opinion, and that's one of the social core of social work is to advocate for the silenced often, the marginalized. I've served on committees in the community. I've served on committees outside the community that revolve around social justice and doing good things. I feel like I'm passionate and I'm not afraid to stand alone on issues. And I feel like all those things contribute to being a good candidate.
Thank you. When you hear the word community, what does that mean to you?
Community to me means a sense of belonging, a sense of purpose, a sense of being home. It's a feeling that you get, I guess, when you feel like you're part of a community.
Thank you. The drug epidemic is the biggest issue impacting our people. It has infiltrated our community and impacts us all. As a tribal legislature, how would you contribute to this battle?
That's a tough question. A good question, but a tough question. I feel like there's a lot more resources that we need, but we're just like the rest of the United States, I guess, in the battle with drug addiction and not having enough resources to meet our needs. I feel like a lot of it is centered around hopelessness, a lack of connectedness to our community. That's a big question. I think part of it is bringing our community back together to recreate or restore that sense of community, to give hope, and to not judge people. I often see people that have made changes in their life still be judged for things that they've done in the past. And so when we're encouraging them to seek services and stuff like that, but they need to be positive and welcome back into the community or not judged for their past behaviors or whatever it is.
Thank you. Can we talk about the role that healthy habits and unhealthy habits play within this community?
Well, I think my last question, in a way, our answer kind of touched on that. I think some of our healthy habits, I like to start with the positive, is oftentimes when we are in crisis, our families are in crisis, we pull together with food sales or, offering wood, offering support, whether or not it's just those kind words or tangible support. So I think that's really unique about us.
Thank you. What do you yourself do to stay healthy?
I like to exercise. That's one of the biggest things, I guess, that I do to stay healthy. And I like to do like quill work. I haven't done it in some time, but I'm actually getting back into it. And I like to surround myself with positive people and people that make me feel good.
Thank you. From your perspective, is our current government set up for our elected officials to be effective in their duties?
Infrastructure-wise, Yes, I do believe so. And I believe if we adhere to our Constitution and our roles within our leadership, that it can be effective.
If elected, would you be willing to make changes if necessary?
Oh, absolutely. I think there are changes that we could benefit from as a community. And I would be willing to make those changes. I need support of my constituents, obviously, but yes, I would be willing to make positive changes that would benefit our community as a whole.
Thank you. What is your response to the community members who lost faith in our government body?
To not lose hope, I guess, that there's always hope. And I think part of that is knowing who you're voting for, aside from just being a relative or, popularity contest, but really looking at what have they done in the past. And I think this is nice to be able to kind of talk about that more, because if other people are at the meetings that you've gone to or part of what you've done, they might not know necessarily who you are or what you represent. So.
Thank you. How do we gain our trust back from our leaders? For the ones that, it's a follow-up from that.
How do we gain trust back?
Yeah, for the ones who lost faith.
I think by leading the way that we're intended to lead, or that they're intended to lead, listening to community members and acting on it. And when you say that you're going to do something, that you should follow through on that. I think, to me, that's the biggest thing, is transparency and serving people in a good way, a positive way.
Thank you. In your own words, what is a perfect candidate?
I don't know that there is a perfect candidate. I think what makes an ideal candidate is somebody that's has that growth mindset, that wants to see good things, and that's able to maintain that mindset throughout their term. I think it's ideal that candidates go in without any ties to other candidates, because we serve the people as a whole, not each other, so I think that's important too.
Thank you. Thank you for your time, Connie. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I would like to add that I think this is a huge honor just to even be on the ballot, and a huge responsibility. And I appreciate your time, and whoever's watching this, their time as well, to give it some serious consideration. I hope to see everybody at the polls, and I wish the others good luck. I think we have a good group of people to choose from, and so that's about it.
Thank you.
Mata se